Hey guys, back in 2021 I made a lovely green pea and burrata tartelette. And today I challenged myself to bring that dish to a whole nother level. We're going to make a wild garlic tartelette that's filled with braised kohlrabi, a leek cream, pickled few floured leek, green peas, some caviar and a shallot vinaigrette. So, let's begin. First we're going to begin with the pickled few floured leek. Few floured leek is closely related to wild garlic and it can be used in similar ways, only without such a strong garlic flavor. Today we're going to pickle the bulbils. Take a bowl of cold water and submerge the flowers in there. Now by moving the bulbils between your hands, the little pearls will come loose and sink to the bottom. The flowers will float to the top. Let it set for a minute and then use a spider strainer to remove the flowers. We're definitely not wasting anything, so dry the flowers at 50 degrees Celsius and then turn it into a lovely powder, great for seasoning chicken and doughs. Then drain the water and weigh the bulbils in a bowl. Now add 10% of salt. I had 120 grams, so I added 12 grams. Give it a gentle mix and then let it brine in your fridge for 7 days. Mix it every day to ensure the pearls brine evenly. We brine the bulbils to lower the water content and kill any yeasts or other bacteria. After the week, rinse them well to remove the salt and then let it drain for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, mix 150 grams of white wine vinegar with 75 grams of water, 60 grams of sugar, the peel from 1 lemon, 10 black pepper grains, 2 cardamom pods and 3 grams of salt. Bring this to a simmer. Once it's simmering, turn off the heat and let it cool down completely. Then drain the pickle liquid and add the few floured leek. Give it a good mix and then let it marinate for at least 24 hours in your fridge.
Another great way to marinate these lovely pearls is to vacuum them. And what you can do is you can just transfer them into a vacuum container and then vacuum them 100%. With this, it's going to be ready and marinated within minutes. It's a real time saver, plus I think that the quality is even better. So I would definitely recommend you doing this. Obviously, you can use vacuum bags as well, but I love these little containers because it's just more sustainable and the quality is 100% the same. So let's give it a try.
Now I know most restaurants will use vacuum chambers and those work great. But in my new studio I have the Bora vacuum, a small handy machine that really works wonders. Great for professional use and for home cooks. Now as you can see, it took less than a minute and the bulbils are already good to go. Really such a great combo of flavor and texture. Then the wild garlic tartelettes. Mix 20 grams of wild garlic leaves with 40 grams of water, 20 grams of olive oil, 15 grams of egg yolk and 3 grams of salt. Then blend it till smooth. Ensure it has an even color, otherwise you need to blend it some more. Now transfer 160 grams of flour in your worktop and use the bowl to make a well in the middle. Fill the well with the wild garlic liquid and start mixing it from the middle to the outside. Then knead it into a nice even dough. Let it rest in your fridge for at least 1 hour. After that, place the dough on a floured worktop and roll it out till it's 2 to 3 millimeters thin. Add a little bit of flour in between to prevent the dough from sticking. Then use a big round cutter to cut the circles out of the dough. Place the circles on a tartelette mold and cover them with the tops. Here I use the mold from Mold Brothers. Find the link in the description of this video. Now place another tray on top and bake them at 150 degrees Celsius for around 40 minutes. Keep an eye on the color. If you overbake them, the beautiful green will turn brown. Once baked, shape the top with a microplane or a fine grater. Then keep them dry and covered for later. Now for the leek cream. Take 2 big leeks and trim the green part off. I'm not using it for this dish, but definitely keep it for another recipe like a green leek coulis. Now cut the leek to the center in half and wash it well. Then cut the leeks in thin slices. Now add a drizzle of oil to a pan and start glazing the leek. Meanwhile, cut 1 big sweet onion in half and clean it. Then slice it in thin slices and add it to the pan as well. Now just clean 3 cloves of garlic and slice them super fine. Mix them with the leek and onion and also add 3 grams of salt. Give it another couple of minutes till all the ingredients have softened. Then add 100 grams of cream with 80 grams of vegetable broth, a sprig of tarragon and 2 bay leaves. Now reduce the liquid till almost everything has evaporated. Then remove the herbs and transfer it into a blender. Blend it till smooth. Now add a knife tip of xanthan gum and blend it for another minute. The xanthan gum will prevent the cream from leaking any liquid once bladed. Then transfer it into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Now for the kohlrabi, take 1 big kohlrabi and clean it. Then slice it in thin slices on a mandolin. Slice those slices in thin julienne and then in small cubes, also known as brunoise. Now add a drizzle of oil in a pan and glaze the brunoise with a sprinkle of salt. The kohlrabi needs to be softened and that takes around 10 minutes. Then add a good amount of the leek cream and mix it well. After that, transfer it into a bowl and let it cool down in your fridge. Now the shallot vinaigrette. Cut 2 shallots in half and clean them. Then press the halves down and slice them in super thin slices. Once that's done, slice them in a very small brunoise. Transfer it into a bowl and then cut 3 wild garlic leaves in a thin chiffonade. That's a technique used to finely cut herbs. Add it to the shallot together with 50 grams of dashi vinegar, 30 grams of sushi vinegar and the zest from 1 lime. Then while stirring, slowly add 100 grams of olive oil. I use a nice gentle one, not to overpower the other flavors. Keep it in your fridge for later and give it a good mix before serving it. Now for the green peas, take the pods and clean them. Then season some boiling water with a generous amount of salt and blanch the green peas for 30 seconds to a minute. Directly cool them down in ice water to prevent the peas from turning brown and overcooking. After 2 minutes, take them out of the water and peel them once more. Just make a thin incision in the membrane and press the green pea out. It takes some time, but it's really worth it. Now keep it in your fridge for later. Just like the few floured leek, you can also dry the membranes and turn it into a powder. Very delicious. Now we can start to finish the dish. First season the green peas with the shallot vinaigrette. Do this just before serving, otherwise the peas will lose their beautiful color. If necessary, also add a sprinkle of salt. Then take the tartelette and fill the bottom with a tablespoon of the kohlrabi. Level it with a cocktail stamp and then add a generous tablespoon of the green peas. Level that as well and then pipe some of the leek cream on top. After that, take a nice caviar and use 2 spoons to create a beautiful canal. Gently place it on top of the peas and place some of the few floured leek around it. Now decorate it with some wild garlic flowers, small savory herb leaves and fennel tops. Then the final step is just to add some of that delicious shallot vinaigrette.
Okay guys, that's it for today. Incredibly happy with the result. The dish looks amazing and it's definitely a big upgrade. When it comes to technique, when it comes to flavor, the other one was super delicious as well. But this is just a bit more refined, a bit more fine dining. And well, let's say the channel is all about fine dining. So let's just dig in and then we can talk a bit about the flavor. This is not your typical tartelette dough, but that is to protect the texture, the crispiness. Because if you would use a normal tartelette dough, then what you would have is that the dough would turn soggy quite fast. And this dough is a bit harder, so you can fill them and keep them for a little bit longer before they turn soggy. As you can hear, let me just show you. Yes, that's the sound we're looking for. It's still crispy. So we have all these lovely ingredients with the kohlrabi, with the leek cream, with the caviar, the fused leek flowers, the pickled ones, lovely green peas, love this spring season, and then the last wild garlic for the lovely tartelette. But let's dig in. That's so good, guys. You have the amazing texture of the tartelette with the little bulbs of the few leek flowers. The caviar is really spot on. The saltiness and the saltiness, sorry, and the green pea. Yeah, super nice. So sorry about that, but that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. So please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. Like,
and share the video, and subscribe if you want to support my channel and if you don't want to miss any other great recipes. Till next time guys, bon appetit!